And I want to urge those healthcare workers who have been involved in this to desist, because when we catch you, you are going to face the full force of the law. And that's going to be a very, very serious thing. And apart from that, we'll probably disbar you from practicing as a nurse or, in health.
Minister Anthony during his daily COVID-19 update on Monday. While the government has made the presentation of a COVID-19 vaccination card a necessity to gain access to basic services in the country, such as dining at a restaurant or operating public transportation, anti-vaxxers are finding creative ways of accessing the cards without taking the jabs. They are simply buying the cards, in many instances from the very healthcare workers who should be administering the jabs. At present, an estimated 15 vaccination card forgery cases are being investigated by the police, while 2 persons have already been remanded to prison. As such, the minister is adamant that it is time to put an end to the illegal practice of selling and buying vaccination cards. It was noted that while there are honest healthcare workers who are faithfully dedicated to their jobs, there are a few who are dishonest. It is this cohort of healthcare staff that it has been found are masterminding these illegal acts, and the very same set that the minister is sending a stern warning to. According to the laws of Guyana, any person found guilty of forging a document can be sentenced to 3 years imprisonment. However, the minister is also reminding that persons who knowingly purchase these forged cards are just as guilty.
And the persons who are buying these cards, if we catch you, you are going to be charged for tendering a forged document. So, either ways, those who enable this and those who are caught with those documents are going to face serious penalties.
As it relates to the ongoing vaccination drive, 361,626 persons, or 70.5% of the country's adult population, have received the first dose of a COVID-19 vaccine, while 209,506 persons, or 57.9% of the adult population, have received both doses. Additionally, 24,939 adolescents, or 34.2% of the population, has received the first dose of the Pfizer vaccine, while 12,762 persons, or 17.5% of the population, has received both doses. In total, 608,833 doses of COVID-19 vaccines have been administered in the country thus far. However, now that the vaccination card forgery has become a popular trend, it is unclear how many persons in the countries are legitimately vaccinated. As such, it was announced by the minister that a new vaccination card will soon be introduced.
We are going to change the card system. So we are working on that right now, and very soon we are going to introduce a different type of card that's going to be harder to forge, and if people did not have the proper documentation in the first place, then they're not going to get the new card that we'll be putting in.
Meanwhile, the minister also called on business owners to play their parts by ensuring that they enforce the COVID-19 guidelines.
The task force would be writing to some of these businesses to make sure that we have stronger enforcement of the guidelines, because there are many big businesses that are not asking people for their vaccination status, not checking for it, and therefore there's a free-for-all in those businesses.
The updated gazetted COVID-19 regulation released on September 30th specifically commands business entities to enforce the guidelines by ensuring that persons are either vaccinated or have a negative PCR test before they enter the building. To this end, Minister Anthony divulged that it is important for business owners to comply with these guidelines. According to him, every person must play a role in this national effort. Reporting for HGP Nightly News, Alana Nadir.